every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The station.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
9 a.m. in the morning, she's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Just lay down.
Now.
It's 7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m. Time for the opening drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico.
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Now they're playing what looks like St. Andrews at the Open Championship. They're underway across the pond. 150th playing at the Open. But the scores are crazy low. And your guy hadn't even teed off yet. Hopefully he doesn't pick up with the big wins in the afternoon. Good morning to you. Merry Thursday. How you living? 'Tis the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Good day to you. What's up?
What it do?
It's low scores at the Open Championship. Holy smokes! As I'm taking a look at it, I'm like, Cameron Young shot at 8 under 64 today. You expect that maybe as a final score at a major. 8 under, not after one round. So the young Australian is out early. And then look at some of the names chasing him at 5 under, 3 back. Rory McIlroy, Cameron Smith, Ernie Els are 5 back, or 3 back at -5. So that's a big number. 64, well, a low number, a big number at 8 under par. I just surprises me. You?
Very surprised when I pulled up their leaderboard this morning to see that number, to see some of the names that are sitting in the top 5. Now about half the field is on the course. Right now we'll have the afternoon wave here coming up shortly in the next couple of hours. But that is a huge advantage because the weather will show up.
Absolutely, in the afternoon. Tiger Woods goes in about an hour. 7:59 our time is his scheduled tee time. You've got some of the live guys that are out. Some of them will still go. Bryson DeChambeau, a live player, is at -3. Lee Westwood, I believe, also is a live player. He's at -4, tied for 5th place. And again, your leader at -8. So just going down the list and getting you some of the names, and with Rory where he is sitting in 2nd place, the defending champion is Colin Morikawa. He is 1 under par. And Phil Mickelson, even for his round today, which I would tell you, Phil Mickelson, that's him and Patrick Reed, both even. The way Phil's been playing to go even though there's dudes at 5 under and 8 under, probably a decent round for him today.
Very decent round. And with what we've seen, what he looked like, especially in the Masters, that's a big day for Phil Mickelson.
World number 1, is that right? Let me double check that. Yeah, he is done. World number 1, Scotty Scheffler's through 2 holes. He is even par today. Brooks Koepka 1 over for the round. He is done. Finished with a 73, 1 over par. Will Zalatoris, who's been in the mix for so many of the majors recently, 1 over after 11. Adam Scott 1 over after 2 holes. And so I'll keep you up, and certainly as Tiger goes at near the top of the hour, we'll let you know what's going on. Lots to do today. Glad you're with us. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. That's how to take part in our show today, 505-246-0610. Your emails will come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. We'll talk about the basketball tournament, which is going to go on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday out at University Arena. The Pit, of course, Enchantment versus the Panamaniacs on Monday evening as we're getting closer and closer to that. So Jamal Mashburn Jr. and Jalen House spoke to the media yesterday, and Richard Pitino has been pretty clear, and both of those guys are, look, this is going to be different. As good as those guys were last year, and I think a lot of people think they're the best backcourt in the Mountain West Conference. think there was a list, JJ, that had him as the third best backcourt in America. It's not going to be the House and Mash show or the Mash and House show, whichever way you want to look at it. That was out of necessity last year. There's so much more talent there. They brought in guys, and because they were so injured and beat up and had so few options, they had nowhere else to go last year. And it was made relatively clear yesterday that's not how it's going to be this year, or at least that's not the plan.
And I think that's a good plan, especially in non-conference play.
Yeah.
Is to figure out this rotation, get players involved, figure out, all right, Donovan Dent, you got the hype, you're going to be able to hold up at the D1 level. How many minutes can you give at the backup point guard position? What does it look like on the floor with Jamal Mashburn and Jalen House? The rotation is going to get tighter because come March, it's probably going to be the Jalen House and Jamal Mashburn show. That's what happens when you get deeper in the season. But I think throughout the regular season, there's opportunities to develop players. There's opportunities to figure out what this rotation is going to look like. And I think Mash and House are on board because they know that when it comes to the clutch time, if this team is in position to win games or winning at a high level, they're still going to have a huge impact on that.
So I think you're probably right. However, I really want to see how Morris Udeze and or Josiah Alec play into the offense. I expect them both, and I think you do too, to be really big pieces defensively, right?
Yes.
Okay. I expect one of them, if not both of them, to be a big part of the offense. I expect that there to be an offense that runs through the post, not every time down, but one of these guys, and I lean towards Udeze, although I want to watch it, that there's touches, that there's more of a traditional offense, that it's not just a perimeter pick and roll. I expect at some point an offensive post presence, and you say in the non-conference, I expect that it develops. And there's going to be times when you get down to games that really matter in February that there's going to be some post play in the offense. Where last year, obviously, you were just so limited. Jay Allen Tovar was undersized and playing out. I'm really excited to see Jay Allen Tovar progress. JJ, to let that young man play in position now, where he was forced to play out of position last year, was forced to play bigger. I'm looking forward to seeing the development of Sebastian Forsling. I'm looking forward to seeing what Emmanuel Quach can bring you coming back off of that broken leg. So while I tend to agree with you, the focus of that offense is going to be Mashburn and House because they're so dynamic, I do expect that there's going to be times, and I define often as you want. Would it be the majority? No, but relatively regularly where the offense does go through the post.
Of course it will. But the offense initiates with those guys.
Well, of course.
Whether it's pick and roll, whether it's just running things off of Udeze and Alec. And, Morris, I'm interested to see if he's a guy that can create shots down low. If you dump it into him, what's his post game going to look like? Touch, does it have a mid-range game? Josiah Alec is a guy that you look and he has that ability to stretch the floor a little bit, but he has a willingness to play inside, and that's going to be the biggest difference is defensively what those guys bring to the table. Of course, they're going to have different looks offensively with three guys that you can get the ball to inside because Jay Allen Tovar can create in different areas across the offense, but the biggest impact to me first with those guys, and then it will come to the offense, is it's a defensive presence.
Yes.
Like a much better defensive presence inside, which will also help House and Mashburn at times when they have to play bigger guards. Guys are going downhill. Well, now you have someone that can meet them at the rim.
Well, they just weren't good defensively last year in the paint. I mean, they just weren't good, and there were some good post players in this league. And Sebastian Forsling was a guy who was forced to play before he was ready. And there was, it's hard for Lobo fan not to really love that guy because he plays with such enthusiasm, with a smile on his face, with such a I'm happy to be here attitude. He just wasn't ready. And Richard Pitino had no choice but to put him out there and have him learn on the job. And I'm excited to see his progress. He went and played for the national team, right, or an Australian team over the summer.
Sweden.
I'm sorry, Sweden. Yes. My bad. And interested to see how he comes back and how the progression is, because I'm going to tell you, if that young man progresses, and I know I always make this comparison, and it's probably not fair, but it's when I think of I'm going to tell you, I thought he was better in his freshman year, and it was certainly by necessity than Cameron Bairstow or Daniel Ferris were. Now, will he progress to the level that they did? He played more out of necessity, so hence, he gave you more. Will he progress like that? I mean, that's a high expectation, but it kind of gets me excited to watch it.
You have to be excited for the foundation he has. Just size-wise, he's way ahead of where those guys were, just built differently. Ferris and Bairstow were skinny dudes.
Yeah.
Bairstow by a junior was like, okay, this guy is built different.
Yeah, he was an incredible Hulk.
So yeah, Forsling just already coming in with such a bigger base. And the attitude. You said he's always confident. He's aggressive. Now, if you can turn that kind of happy-go-lucky attitude into a force of confidence on the floor, absolutely, you have something to look forward to.
All right, so where are you with Level Basketball? As you heard yesterday, Richard Pitino says that it's not going to be the Mash and House show, or House and Mash show, or, well, expect it to be. You got two dynamic guards, two really, really, really talented dynamic guards. Now you're throwing stuff around them. Are you starting to get excited for Level Basketball? JJ, I'm trying not to be hesitant, because I've been here before, and there's been so many Level Basketball teams where I'm going, they can be really good. But I look around, and knowing what they were, or more so were not last year, and I look at what they've added, I kind of am excited. Like I look around and say, if Donovan Dent is half of what people say he is, and I think the two bigs that they brought in are difference makers, and Jalen Tovar getting better, and KJ Jenkins being able to shoot like he does, and Javonte Johnson being kind of a Swiss Army knife like now he should be able to be. I start looking around that roster, I'm like, I think they might be decent.
There's no I think they should.
Yeah.
You have two one and done players in the front court. You bring in Morris Udeze, Josiah, Alec, to impact your team right away. You're not waiting on those guys. They're fifth-year dudes, 1 year, and that's the difference. The dynamics of college basketball. There's certain areas where you're excited about development, where it's Sebastian Forsling, Donovan Dent. It's, the hype, that's one you can take back a little bit. All right, true freshman coming in, but you're returning a dynamic starting backcourt. You have a player can be successful, Jalen Tovar. I think Javonte Johnson is one of those guys that's going to be better in a role where he's not forced to be a power forward in this offense. The way that college basketball is now, the way that this team has been put together 2 years by Richard Pitino, this team should finish in the top four.
Yeah, I think that's right. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Emails will come in this morning, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. A. Marie's producing on the radio. Adrian on television. You can watch it on ProView Network's YouTube channel, Comcast Channel 26, and on our Facebook page, The OD in the AM. When we come back, on the road and winning on Tulsa time. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Titus and Tate, a podcast.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sports Animal.
Just people calling you to say hello or what?
Yes, to chat.
They just want to chat since they're not allowed on their air. You won't let them on the radio, so they just want to talk to you?
Yeah, people want to catch up, see what's up.
Why won't you let them on the radio, man? Don't look at me like that.
It's not my rules.
It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. If you looked at the leaderboard, did you kind of squint a little bit? Wait, what? Who's Ernie Els? 52-year-old Ernie Els? I know it's early. Ernie Els in second place at the Open Championship. He's played 15 holes. He's 5 under par, chasing down Cameron Young. So Cameron Young, the American, is leading. He shot a 64 today. That is 8 under par. Cameron Smith, the Australian, is in second place, posted a 67. He's -5 today. Also at -5 is Ernie Els. And then there's guys named Barclay Brown and Kurt Kitayama. Oh, and Rory McIlroy at -4. Tiger will tee off coming up here in about 40 minutes. So we'll keep you up to date on that. Bryson DeChambeau shot a 69 today, 3 under par. He is in 7th place. Lee Westwood is back there at 3 under, still out on the golf course. Xander Schauffele, who won last week at the Scottish Open, the American gold medalist, is 3 under par after 13 holes. It is the Open Championship. It is going on right now at St. Andrews. Not St. Andrews, as we might say around here, but at St. Andrews. 505-246-0610. We'll be talking a little Lobo basketball and what's fair to expect. I'm just going to tell you, I've talked to a number of people. The more I look at it, I am excited about Lobo basketball, and I understand. I understand that people have been excited before and are loath to get super excited and all of that, but I'm starting to buy into it.
That's what fans do. You build walls. You're ready for a letdown. Been there, done that so many times. But this team, you should place expectations on it. Because what are you waiting for? If you look at it, you have 5 players. Even if you said, all right, we're starting Jalen Tovar at the 3.
Yeah.
We have a starting lineup of 5 proven Division I players. 2 of them have played 4 years.
Yes, you do.
And have shown that they can be double-digit post scorers. 2 of them have shown you that they can take over games, score 20, 25 points a night, have an explosive game, and then you sprinkle in the rotation players.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited. And I know some of you were talking about the non-conference schedule, which came out 2 days ago, and you got a game with St. Mary's. You've got a game with SMU on the road. You've got the Aggies home and away. You've got some games out there where you're going to get a chance to go out and prove it. And you said there's no room for error, which really kind of got me thinking a lot yesterday too. Well, when you said, because I looked at it, I said, so how does this get you ready? Is this a resume builder? Can you build a resume that gives you an argument if you go, how many if there's 11, you're not playing everybody twice, so 22 minus 2, so you're playing 20 games, I think is what you're playing in league. If you go 15-5 in league play, and what are you playing? Another 12 games? I don't even know what the answer is. And you go, let's just say you go 9-3 in non-league games, right? So that would be 24-8. Do you even have an argument to go to the NCAA tournament? Did you build enough of a resume? Are there enough wins on there that give you? And I know we're talking in a bubble, and I know it's if this happens, and this happens, and this happens.
If they finish top 3, top 4 in the Mountain West Conference, the rest of the conference,
and assuming the rest of the conference is good,
it kind of stays on their trajectory. For sure Wyoming, San Diego State are going to be very good basketball teams.
Boise State's going to be good.
It's coming. If Boise State stays consistent,
yeah,
we'll see how Colorado State rebounds.
Do you expect UNLV to rebound at some point?
I think UNLV is saying the same exact thing the Lobos are saying this year.
I think that's probably right. Yeah.
It's time to take a step forward. And so if the Mountain West can, as a whole, the top of what we've seen in this conference, keep some of that consistency, then you get the good games on your resume. And the thing that I do like about the Lobos non-conference schedule is that there's 3 true road games.
At St. Mary's, at SMU, and at New Mexico State.
St. Mary's and New Mexico State are 2 games that can have a huge impact on your postseason resume.
Yeah. All right. Are you sensing an excitement for Monday? For the Enchantment versus the Panamaniacs? Is this something that's crossing over, or is this just hardcore basketball fan? Because my gut's been telling me it's kind of more hardcore basketball fan, and I talk to the more casual people, and they're like, oh, it's next week already? Like, yeah, they're promoting the hell out of it, man. It's hard for us in our circles not to run into it every day, but I wonder, I'm not certain I've got that buzz around the casual fan that I thought I would.
And I understand that the tournament has been kind of a
niche thing
for hardcore basketball fans.
Yeah.
If you're just a sport fan, you might hear it and think it's an alumni game again.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're pushing.
And they've done this before.
Enchantment, Panamaniacs. Like, okay, exhibition game, that's cool. What does it matter to me? When you look at the regional, the fact there's 8 teams here, you start learning, oh, this is a single elimination tournament, winner take all. They're playing for something. Yeah. There's guys with NBA experience. There's guys playing professionally. There's guys that y'all watched in the Mountain West Conference. And so this has more crossover appeal. It's just, what do people hear about it? Because I understand you're building the marquee event. It's that Monday night matchup. Enchantment.
As you
Maniacs.
As you should.
But there is a lot more going on.
I wonder, there's going to be one of the New Mexico teams will be playing on Tuesday. And I wonder what the crowd is going to be like if it's the New Mexico State, if it's the Panamaniacs, and what the crowd will be like for the other game. And if there's no New Mexico team playing on Thursday in that final game to move on, what the crowd's going to be. Because to your point, there's some really big names coming in. Jeff Grammer, and maybe we'll bring the New Mexico Sports Writer of the Year in here on Monday. And I know he's done a lot of research on this and a lot of looking at who's coming in. But just kind of take a look at who, the basketball itself and the quality of basketball that's coming in, because there's some names now and names you're going to recognize. Not only are there a bunch of other alumni teams with whom you'll be familiar. There's a Boise State alumni team. There's a Colorado State, right? A team that's going to be playing in the pit. You get 4 games on Monday. This isn't all about Enchantment versus Panamaniacs.
The early session's going to be tough.
Well, it's in the middle of the day on a Monday. Yeah.
That's going to be tough. But
yeah.
This is a great opportunity for the city. Where are the events at? We got a really good event coming in. And at least the night sessions, Monday and Tuesday, it's cheap. You're looking for competitive bum basketball. You're going to introduce you to the Elam ending, which is a very fun way to end a game, and can tell you what that means as well. And it's good times.
Carl says, boy, I couldn't disagree with J.J. Moore. Carl, I think I couldn't disagree with you more. He says, I'll be very disappointed if one in Dent, let's see, he's trying to be funny here, isn't starting for Hash House. I said Hash House to make it funny. So he thinks Donovan Dent should be starting instead of, how do you read this? If he isn't starting instead of Mashburn or House? Mashburn and House are really good. A national publication had them as the 13th best backcourt in America out of 354 teams. Why would you be disappointed if a freshman didn't come in and steal one of their jobs?
The hype?
Okay.
Jalen House oddly rubbed a lot of Lobo fans the wrong way last year, and I don't know why.
Is that right?
Yes.
See, I'm not sure I sensed that. Is it because he's cocky and just the way he is on the floor? I mean, he is. He's that guy that you kind of love. He hit a lot of big shots. I think that guy played his backside off for you. Really? So I guess I do not sense that. So there are a lot of fans who don't like Jalen House, what you're telling me?
More thoughts like that are up there. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I don't sense that. So, Carl, are you saying that Dent should be starting instead of House? You don't think he's that good? I just don't know what you're saying. You'd be disappointed if this freshman, who is very highly hyped and highly recruited and comes in with a lot of stars, and understand that I'd be disappointed if he doesn't play a lot, earn himself a lot of time. I think you'll see a lot of 3-guard lineups. I'm going to be interested to see what it does to KJ Jenkins' playing time and Javonte Johnson's playing time. And when, to your point, that rotation gets tighter when you flip the calendar to 2023, what it looks like. But disappointed if he doesn't usurp a starting position from Jamal Mashburn or Jalen House. I wouldn't plan on that. I plan on being disappointed, Carl. 505-246-0610. Update on the Open when we get back. I did tell you about winning in Tulsa time. I owe you that. That happens as soon as we return. Aaron Jones owns International Protective Service. What is IPS? I know you see their vehicles around town all the time. IPS is private security. It's a security company I've trusted for years to watch my home. You see them everywhere. You go to homes and businesses. Look, property crime is on the rise in this town. It's reality. Officer shortage is also a reality. And so private security for about $5 a day is a reality for you as well. Back in 2006, IPS started. They were providing security for homeowners in 4 Hills. Here we are about 16 years later, and homeowners and business owners all over Albuquerque trust IPS to protect what they have worked so hard to build. Aaron Jones is from Albuquerque. He's passionate about making this place a safer place to live and work by watching your home or business with highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols. Committed to the city and your protection. Call IPS, see what they can do for you. The number is 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420 or online at ipsglobal.com.
The Bath. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We would like to thank
Winner on the road last night, New Mexico United in Tulsa. Got the early goal. The equalizer came from Tulsa, and then a disputed penalty resulted in a little controversy for FC Tulsa, but it results in a penalty kick and a winner by Justin Portillo. United win in Tulsa 2-1. All of the scoring in the second half, and I watched a little of the first half. It was pretty slow. 2 red cards were issued to Tulsa, JJ. 2 red cards, and it was a disputed penalty. I thought it was a terrific acting job, and that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? You're always looking for the advantage, but I thought I just didn't think there was a lot of contact, but.
It was a world-class flop.
I thought it was terrific.
If VAR was involved, there would not have been a penalty.
If what?
If video-assisted refereeing was involved.
Yeah.
Which is
yes,
just what they call it.
Yeah,
VAR.
no video. Yeah, that's the soccer term for instant replay. Yes, right.
Instant replay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the rest of the world calls it video replay or instant replay.
VAR.
Right?
Yeah. That wouldn't have been a penalty.
Right. But
Take it.
You're always looking for the advantage.
Score the goal.
Right.
And you go home with 3 points.
Dude, it was so good. The acting job was so good. Like he fell and his feet went up in the air. His feet were above his head. It was terrific. And the referee called it. Red card to
even kicked the
FC
defender
Tulsa.
in the groin as he went down.
He absolutely did. Yeah, absolutely.
The only didn't give up a penalty.
That's right.
Got called for a penalty and got kicked in the groin.
Yeah, exactly right. The dude who got called for the penalty he did not initiate contact, and he got kicked in the junk, and he got called for the penalty.
Insult to injury.
Yeah, or injury to insult. Was it? It was Key Sweater, right?
Yeah.
And I believe him to be a former FC Tulsa player. And they went nuts.
Oh, it was Draymond Green.
It was really good. No, like good job, good effort. That is, in the NBA, they might throw you out of the game for that because they actually call flopping there. This was in the box. They both went up for contested ball, and Johnny Fenwick is the guy who not only drew the penalty, but got booted in the bag, and he went down. They both went down. But yeah, all right. I'm glad you saw it that way. I was like, all right. When I came in, I thought, wow, that was a pretty good acting job. Now that you've seen it, you called it a world-class flop. I mean, you got to call it what it is, right?
He went down like he got drop kicked in the back.
Yeah. 2-1 winner for New Mexico United, though. And they are 9 wins, only 3 losses, and 6 draw. And a big 3 points on the road for New Mexico United last night. They'll be back home at Isotopes Park on Saturday. It is Meow Wolf night, and it's a big night for them out there. They're playing Pittsburgh at Isotopes Park as we are now in the second half of the schedule. We can still call it a schedule, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, what? Why are you looking at me like that? And so big win on the road for New Mexico United. Gladiators will be home. Final regular season game of the season. They're holding their press conference today. Their quarterback is due with us tomorrow. Ramon Atkins, the former New Mexico Highlands star. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll have a conversation with Ramon, who's become a pretty good indoor football quarterback, hasn't he?
Yeah. Did not expect this from Ramon Atkins this season. Kid from New Mexico Highlands.
Yeah.
Comes in, Nate Davis is hurt. You're like, uh-oh. Who are they going to get?
Yeah.
So the first couple of games, very rough, but it's totally different game. Adjustment. He's got some great wide receivers out there, and they go into the postseason and got one more chance at home on Saturday.
Yeah, I think it was at the first game where he started and threw a bunch of interceptions. I'm like, oh, man, this could be a long season. And I remember them telling me, no, we're going to be fine. We're going to make the playoffs. And I'm thinking, are you, though? Like, are you going to make the playoffs? How's this going to work? And watching it go down and watching him play and watching him grow, I'm looking forward to talking to him about the learning curve and just the journey of learning the indoor game, because it is different, because it's obviously so different. So we'll do that coming up. That'll be tomorrow morning, and we're going to do it, I think, at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. But a big one for United last night as they go on the road to Tulsa, and they get that done. Coming up when we return, the hottest teams, not team, but teams, and it is plural, in baseball, continue to win. They might not be, if you're not paying attention, they're probably not who you think they are. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, and Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence
thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Everguard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Keep it rolling, huh? Not looking for the Stigler signal, but the Orioles won again. The Mariners won again. Break them up, man. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, Adrian. Mariners keep winning. Orioles went to Chicago yesterday, played the Cubs, beat them, I think it was 7-1. 9 in a row for them. Mariners were winners again. I mean, how do you not like these young teams? You might not know who's on them. But if your team's not in it, and probably at some point, I mean, everybody's a Dodger or Yankee fan, it seems. Maybe not. But Seattle beat Washington. I think they swept the doubleheader yesterday. They won 2 yesterday, Seattle. 6-4 and 2-1. They won 10 in a row. I kind of caught one of them yesterday. JJ, they're fun. It's young, exciting teams that are like, what are we doing? They don't care. They won 10 in a row. Orioles have won 10 in a row.
I love the wild card.
Yes, I'm starting to.
Because it allows stories like this to matter. But the Orioles are still 17 and a half games back in their division.
Okay.
Which is mind-boggling.
Hence why the wild card is a thing.
And baseball is, compared to anything, NBA, NHL, that has a somewhat long season. One where your winning streak can mean absolutely nothing when it's all said and done.
Because you can win 10 in a row, and it's just 10 out of 162 games.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
And so if you have an Orioles hat, if you have a Mariners hat,
it's time to rock.
Proudly wear that hat. Talk them up. Won 10 in a row. Have the Baltimore Orioles. The Seattle Mariners, they've won 10 in a row. Live it up, because there might not be anything there for you in October.
It's time to rock it. Good win for the Dodgers last night. On the road, they were getting pumped in St. Louis. The Cardinals scored 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth. They chased Gosselin. The Cardinals were up 6-0 on L.A., and the Dodgers found some crooked numbers, scored 2 in the seventh, 3 in the eighth, 2 in the ninth, and come back and beat the Cardinals last night in San Luis. 7-6. Key 2-out hits last night by Los Angeles. And I don't know, you always tell me, oh, the Dodgers will be all right. They were down 6-0. What was the game against the Cubs the other day? Were they down 7-0? It just doesn't seem to matter, and it's different dudes for them every day. Last night, it was Hanser Alberto with the tie-breaking single with 2 outs in the ninth. It was 2 outs in the ninth, and they were down in that huge hole, and they win 7-6. Dodgers have won 8 out of 9. Now, we're not talking about them like we talk about the Orioles and the Mariners because, well, you expect it from the damn Dodgers. You get that. But charging back from a 6-0 deficit after 7 innings, or in the 7th inning, and Tony Gosselin, who's an all-star, and maybe having the best season of a pitcher that you don't know about, hadn't lost all year, and he was on the hook for the loss, but he didn't get the loss. Mookie Betts had an RBI double in the 8th. Trey Turner's been terrific. I mean, the Dodgers just seem to get it every day.
I still wouldn't be worried about the Dodgers if you said their AAA team, Oklahoma City, had to play 2 weeks for them.
Is that right? They'd win twice and they'd still be fine. Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Second best run differential in baseball.
Yep.
Only behind the New York Yankees.
Yep.
They're 27 games above 500.
27. We're at the All-Star break next week.
They're fine.
Yeah. Royals aren't fine. Now, I mean, I'm not talking about their win-loss record, although we could. 4 of their top hitters, 10 of their players, 2 of their best starting pitchers will not play this week. Why is that, Jeff? Because they got to go to Toronto. And 10 players have not received their COVID vaccination and hence cannot enter Canada. There's a vaccine requirement still in place for border crossing into Canada. And so Andrew Benintendi, Whit Merrifield, MJ Melendez, Hunter Dozier. I mean, these are guys that do a lot for that team. Can't play. There was a lot of talk yesterday about Benintendi because I think there was a lot of talk about him at the trade deadline being a guy that they deal. And I guess the Yankees, the Red Sox have been really interested, but they play quite a few games in September in Toronto. Yes. Yeah. No, and evidently this is quite a real issue in regards to do we want to trade for a dude who, look, we go there 3 times here and 4 times here, and he's going to, do we want to trade for a guy we can't use?
So do you want to stay on the Royals, Benintendi, or do you want to be back on a contender?
Well, he's not going to look. If you haven't gotten your vaccine by now, I'm going to guess you're not getting it, right? I mean, I think we're pretty much everybody's made up their mind on what they're going to do by now.
Fun playing for nothing
and I'm not going to sit around and tell you what's right and what's wrong. You make your decision. I know other people will tell you that. I'm not. Do what you got to do. But to your point, there are consequences and there are results of your decisions. Do you want to play for a contender or do you want to play for the Royals? Okay. You know, in Kyrie's case, do you not want to play half the games or they paid him? Quote, this is Royals baseball operations president Dayton Moore. At the end of the day, it's their choice. It's what they decide to do, and we've always been an organization that promotes and encourages individual choices. Unfortunately, some of this affects the team. We're disappointed in some of that, but we realize it's part of the game, part of the world we live in. We're just really looking forward to providing these players an opportunity who are getting a chance to play in Toronto, end quote. Okay. Call up, what's their AAA team, whatever it is, call them up.
Are they still the Storm Chasers?
I don't know.
Omaha.
I honestly don't know. Is there a team in Omaha still? There's got to be. They got that beautiful stadium. Yeah, so that's real. Benintendi, by the way, is an all-star. He'll play next Tuesday in Los Angeles. He will not play with his team in Canada. Look, the Royals are 33-53. They are 20 games under 500. They are the second worst team in the American League. So this would be a real issue, right, if they were contending. If this was the Mariners, this was the Orioles, this was the Yankees. 10 dudes. Evidently, everybody else seems to be vaccinated because I don't hear a lot. I mean, Toronto's been playing in Toronto, right, all season?
Teams have been going up there. The most a team had to leave behind, I've seen 2 or 3 guys not go on that trip. I think that's the most so far that I've noticed.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just going to be the way it is, and it's going to be that way. It continues to be that way in hockey, and as you knew it was in the NBA, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. I mean, as you may have noticed, COVID's on the rise. Everybody seems to be getting the COVID now, huh?
The COVID is back.
The COVID.
Or I don't know if it ever left.
The COVID. And it's like it's new, more spreadable variant that evidently is dodging the vaccine anyway. And people, if you get it, supposedly you're not like is immune to getting it again. You can re-get it. The COVID. The COVID.
I think it's just going to be a thing now.
You think. You just came to that realization. All right, welcome. Welcome to a COVID world. All right, here's what's going to be a thing in about 4 minutes. On the tee from the USA, Tiger Woods finishing up his practice putts. It's amazing how many people gather around the practice green to watch this man putt. No, it honestly is. And I guess to say I've got a glimpse of Tiger Woods. I got a glimpse. He was putting. He made 3 out of his 4 from about 4 feet. Quite the nice chap he is. Shook everybody's hands.
Hello, mate.
Talking to the gentleman who just gave him a sheet. So he's moving over the first tee. All right, you want your Tiger Woods updates? You keep telling me. Keep them coming. I should open up that too. So let me give you a real quick update on the Open Championship leaderboard. Still the leader in the clubhouse after 1 round is Cameron Young. He shot an 8 under 64, the young American. Cameron Smith, the Australian, is at 5 under, 3 strokes back. He is finished for the day, shot a 67. Rory McIlroy also at 5 under. He's still on the golf course on the 16th hole. Guys who were in with a -4 today, Barclay Brown, an amateur, Kurt Kitayama, and Lee Westwood. Xander Schauffele is also at -4. He is still on the golf course. Tiger will tee off, and we'll be back. Let you know where it goes. Shot by shot with Tiger Woods. Justin Thomas is -2. Hey, the Nuggets made a free agent signing, too. Are you into hockey free agency? You told me yesterday to lay off of it. NHL free agency. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Amory, Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dreams are stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better from.
And JJ Ball.
Well, he's off. His tee shot is in the short dead grass.
Mashed potatoes!
Tiger Woods, y'all, is teed off with an iron.
Fish and chips!
He full went the driver on number 1. He'll be playing with Matthew Fitzpatrick, the 2022 U.S. Open champion.
I love it. 18 comes back into that, right?
What do you mean?
That kind of setup at 1?
Oh, at this golf course?
Yeah.
Where it all comes back together? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. But Matthew Fitzpatrick and Max Homa will be paired with Tiger Woods. A hybrid for Fitzpatrick and pulled it deep to the left side. It's going to find the short dead grass over there. Everything looks dead because they get so much damn rain. Why is
it
grass
dead?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, what the heck?
Like
don't get sun?
Is that why?
No. It's cloudy.
I mean the grass they get enough to grow the wheat, like that gigantic. What do they call that grass? The big. They call it grass. It looks like big giant weeds, but it looks. It's always. I never understood it. They get all this rain over there, and the golf course is brown. Like I get it in New Mexico if your golf course is brown, but why there? Max Homa and Matthew Fitzpatrick are playing with Tiger. Tiger's drive.
Is it windy? What are they going irons off the tee for?
I'm sure it's windy. But the Tiger hit an iron too.
Where's the Volkswagen on a stick?
Right, the big gigantic beetle on a pole. Max Homa, who's playing with Tiger, hit the Twitter the other day and basically said, I'm in awe. Like I'm playing with Tiger Woods. I'm paired with Tiger Woods. This is unbelievable. I'm not going to pretend that this isn't something. Tiger just won the Pac-12's NCAA championship and qualified for the U.S. Open. Any chance I get a practice round with you is what Max Homa had tweeted at Tiger. And then when he got paired, he said, I'm playing with Tiger Woods at the 150th Open Championship at St. Andrews. Hey, golf gods, we're even. Can't believe this is real. And yeah, it's corny, but who cares? I'm playing with the freaking GOAT. I know I know you're supposed to play like you belong, and you've earned your way into the Open Championship, and you're playing at the Open, but that's still what Tiger Woods does. And Max Homa, who is a good golfer, top 50 golfer in the world, probably top 30 if I look it up, who's won this year on tour, is just in awe and thanked the golf gods via Twitter for pairing him with Tiger Woods. And we're even after all those bad breaks you've given me. I'm playing with the GOAT at the Open Championship for 2 days. That's I mean you don't see that raw honesty, do you?
No, and I think it was 2013. He just won. If it was an NCAA championship or a Pac-12 championship. And he tweeted out, "Hey Tiger, would love to play with you sometime. Just won a championship. Let me know." And here he is, fast forward almost a decade later, playing in a major.
Yeah, for the next 2 days.
With Tiger Woods.
And the ball is just rolling around. I mean, it is so fast on that brown. It's amazing. The fairways are just dead brown.
I finally got access.
Yeah, you found it?
Yeah, finally.
I can give you the channel if you want.
Well, I don't have a TV back here.
Oh, what happened to that? Budget cuts or what?
Was there a TV back here before?
It's been a while since there's been a
I was
TV
like,
back here.
there's
Was
never
that
been a
the
TV.
COVID?
We have 3 computer screens,
all
so
right.
I figured it out.
Before the COVID. There was.
It's okay.
I guess
I finally
they had a part it, budget cuts and everything. You know how it is.
It took me 3 minutes. I act like it took me forever.
I always just when I remember when I was a kid, I would watch the British Open. They would call it back then. Now it's just the Open Championship. Probably always was then. I was just fascinated by watching it. It was just watching something that was so different than it. Right? There's no trees. I don't think there's a tree on the golf course. It's links golf, and this gigantic waist level hay that was growing that they had to chop out of, and brown golf courses. And I was this guy's hitting and another ball just rolled up to him. The balls roll forever. Now, see this one that just came up? Did you see it?
Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler's hitting and another ball just rolled up. But don't they get all kinds of rain over there? Like it rains all the time. Why? I don't know. They don't have fertilizer? To your point, they don't have sun?
Not a lot of it, probably.
It looks sunny. I don't know. Anyway.
I mean, now, but there's clouds everywhere.
Cameron Young is your leader. Rory McIlroy and Cameron Smith, 3 strokes back. Young shot at 8 under 64 today.
Dude from New York putting in work. Cameron Young,
yeah. Dustin Johnson's even. He is, I think, on the 6th hole, if I'm not mistaken. All right, 505-246-0610. You send text there as well. Emails jeff@sportsanimalabq.com, jj@sportsanimalabq.com. The text line says, booted in the bag. First time hearing that one. All right, glad I could, I don't know what to tell you. Well, I mean, if you have the golden boot, right?
I like it.
How else do you soccer term it? Doesn't that feel soccer termish?
Booted in the bag.
Yeah, I'm just saying. This one says, I couldn't disagree with you more, JJ.
Oh, my gosh.
And then it says, I don't know if you guys got the memo, but that's the newest regular opening salutation for anything related to the sports animal. Damn, dude, why are people all over you?
Jeff, do you ever get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
JJ goes, no.
That's fine.
No, I know it's fine.
You don't
It's
want to
just
listen
funny.
to everything. Or like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, people.
We can't all agree. That would be
It's
fun.
what we want.
That's right.
That's
I'm
what we
here
want.
for.
Yeah. And look, people disagree with me all the time. I mean, I don't think David, and I appreciate him, I don't think David's ever agreed with anything I said, right? I'm cool with that. All right, let me hit you with some of the stuff that you're in with. Carl says, keep those Tiger Woods updates coming this morning, Jeffy. TW Hater, thanks, TW Hater, Carl. All right.
Hater.
Tiger's in the first fairway right now. He hit the fairway. This one is from Gus. Tough loss for Albuquerque's baseball team yesterday. Jeff, notice how Isotopes seem to be everyone's homecoming opponent. But why a noon post time in hot Sacramento? Albuquerque has to get out of there, get 3 out of the last 4. With your division-leading Dodgers playing the worst team in the league, you know they're going to get a ton of wins. So Vic Schaefer's guys need to win to keep pace. Isn't every one of these 6-game series, one of them's got to be a day game during the week?
No, it's like spread out now. There's like a handful of only day games now.
Okay.
It's usually for like kid days and stuff.
Right.
Also, it was in the mid-70s yesterday. Josh Shushan said it was like lovely in Sacramento.
So there you go, Carl.
Mid-70s.
Yeah. So that's why they don't want to.
And it was a tough loss, 5-4.
Freezing at night in Sacramento. I guess that's probably not right.
They're back at nighttime tonight.
Omar wants to reschedule the TBT.
Why?
This is Omar's bit.
This is Omar's bit.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's got a little bit, right? Middle of summer, Jeff, in an awkward time. It's an awkward time, Jeff. Oh, no, let me rephrase that. Can I start over again? Middle of summer is an awkward time for me, Jeff. I'm already out of basketball mode, especially on a Monday night. Why aren't they playing Saturday or Sunday when the baseball team is on the road or over the weekend? I think a better time would be part of a Lobo opening weekend bonanza. You can sell one pass that gets you into all the events. You can have women's soccer play Thursday night, Lobo volleyball Friday, Lobo football Saturday, and the Pitfalls versus Neil McCarthy tribute band on Sunday. Omar. Yeah, that's right, because you would go to all of that, Omar. Yeah, then you tell me there's just too much. Why are they doing it all together? Why not do it in the middle of July? Meanwhile, all these guys have jobs, and they're all going to be doing something overseas. This is the time where the basketball tournament, first of all.
I like your thinking, Omar.
Do you really? Do you? Because he'd go and you'd go to all those events? Because you'd hit every one of them, right?
Just park your RV in the parking lot.
There you
and
go.
Hang out all weekend.
The basketball tournament is this time of year because this is the only time of year that guys. Oh, why is Tiger hanging his head? I missed a shot.
Oh, Tiger.
He's hanging his head and banging.
He's 113 out.
He's already hit the ground. He's already angry. This is when they can do it. Although my favorite part of this email,
A lot of golf.
he calls them pitfalls. The Neil McCarthy tribute band is a good name for the Panamaniacs. That was my favorite part of the email. Not, hey, here's when I can go. Why don't you do it when we can buy one pass so they can't make money on this, and just sell it for like $3 too, so we all can just go, and we can, I'll go watch. Omar, maybe you have, man. Maybe you go to every one. Have you been to a volleyball game? You go to Lobo women's soccer? I'm just asking. Maybe you hit every single one of them, and I don't know that. I'm just guessing. You might not hit all of those. I mean, look, would it be better on a weekend? Sure, it would be. Would this be better on Saturday? Well, I don't know. United are playing, and they got the big Meow Wolf night, and
it's also a huge tournament across the country.
That's right. This is part of
this
a
isn't
bigger
like
deal. This
isn't just New Mexico. This is a
thank you
huge basketball tournament across country.
Thank you. You don't just get to put this whenever you want. This falls into TV windows, and this is part of a much bigger
ESPN,
deal.
no big deal.
I mean, I don't know. How do you compete with cornhole? You know what I watch? Do you ever watch?
I love cornhole.
Do you watch the speed tag on there, or the team tag, or whatever they call it?
I'll just watch it
Have
if
you
it's
caught
on.
tag?
No.
Have you caught the tag on the ESPN networks?
Wait, like actual game tag?
Tag,
like
dude.
tag? Like what we played as a kid?
Like there's a little. It's like a square. I don't know how big it would be. Maybe, I don't know, 60 by 60 or something. Sounds about right. But that's kind of a baseball field, 60 by 60, isn't it? No, that's 90 by 90. I don't know, maybe 40 by 40 square in an arena. Okay. And there's like these bars and apparatus and set up. And so one guy's the chaser, and it's a team. And I think it's 30 seconds, and you got to run around. And if you tag the guy, your team gets a point. And if you elude it, then your team gets a point. And it's a team competition. And it's freaking tag. And it's on ESPN. You haven't caught that yet?
No.
Addie and I flip around and we're like, what are we watching? And we try to find the most obscure stuff. Like, have you caught some of those weird beach ball games? Like, what's the ball with the little net?
Spike ball.
What is it?
Spike
ball. So they have spike ball on, and then there's another one that there's a table where you can't use your hands. It's like soccer with a little ball, but ping pong. Does that make sense? And it's team. There's two of you. So it's like soccer, volleyball, ping pong.
I've never seen that on TV.
Yeah. Oh, that's been on my TV a lot. Like we would love. It's like the Ocho all the time. It's like watching the Ocho. It's flat out terrific. Catch it. I think you'll enjoy it. We do. We watch it for about 3 minutes and going, what are we doing? Then Natty says, hey, Dad, there's our buddy Chuck on TV.
I love that she calls him Chuck.
Yeah. The fact that there's a new commercial with
you guys
him.
show her highlights or
Yeah.
shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
No, I do. There was a new Subway commercial with him and Romo that I hadn't seen that was out yesterday, but it seems like a quick turnaround because when we saw him in Winston-Salem now 2 weeks ago, and he was like, man, I got to get out of here. I got to shoot a Subway commercial with Tony Romo tomorrow in Texas. And then he's in this new commercial with Tony Romo. We're thinking that's the one. Not that we had a partner. We're just like, hey, that's what he was talking about, remember? All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Is that another Jason email, or what'd you send me? No, Jason sent me an email. I sent him a different way to get my address, and it's like, boom, got it. The Jason email actually came to me, JJ. Man, I don't know if that matters to you. All right, let you know what Tiger's doing on hole number 1. Ooh, did he go in the drink? Yes, he did. Tiger went in the water on number 1, had a drop. He needs to chip in for par. He damn near did. He's going to end up with a short bogey putt on number 1. He went in that creek. That's why they lay up on number 1. Hey, do you have chronic joint pain? You just have chronic pain. Are you dealing with pain every day and just kind of got yourself to a point where, yeah, I guess I'm just going to have to live with it? You don't have to live with it, boys and girls. You don't have to. QC Kinetics can help you with this, and it is no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. It's all natural, and it's something that you need to check out. QC Kinetics is in Albuquerque. They're also all over the country with over 100 clinics all over the country helping people deal with chronic pain. 9 out of 10 times, you get better results with QC Kinetics than with surgery. If you've been told surgery is the only option for you, and you don't want surgery, and who does? Call and get a free consultation. It's basically a free second opinion. These are new therapies, advanced all-natural biologics, regenerative treatments that can restore and repair damaged joint tissue and provides you lasting relief. Again, no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in precision regenerative medicine. All over America, people are feeling better because they went and learned about this new wonderful procedure. Call QC Kinetics now. It is a free consultation with local medical professionals. It can be a life-changing phone call. If you've been dealing with pain, you don't know what else to do, you want a second opinion, this may be the answer. 505-226-8688. 505-226-8688. That's QC Kinetics. 505-226-8688.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Download the KNML app in the Google Play or iTunes App Store. Just search KNML.
Double bogey on number 1 for Tiger Woods, y'all. Double bogey.
So much for that.
The text line says, Jeff, where are you watching the Open? Please tell us. It's on the USA Network. So what do we have? Dish Network here, whatever channel it is, 130 something. It's also, if you go to NBCSports.com, if you're going to watch it at work on your computer, it's on NBCSports.com, but it's on the USA Network right now. Just public service. That's where it is. The text line also with this David. He says, yes, I've often agreed with you. I think it's David. Many a time when you've admitted to having been incorrect. Look, I've been wrong, man. I'm not the guy who's going to tell you I'm always right. I'm wrong periodically. And so I said, I don't think David's ever agreed with me. And he says, yes, I've often agreed with you. Many a time when you've admitted to having been incorrect. I thank you. Thank you for listening. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Gopher wants to know, is this the weekend, Jeff, that one of the guys like Paul Casey, Lee Westwood, et cetera, that always seem to be in contention, turning for home, finally stand in the winner's circle? Maybe. I think Lee Westwood, maybe his time, I don't know, maybe his time's passed. It's better opportunities. JJ, the live golfers are in this. I asked you, do they have the stamina to play 4 rounds? Can they play 72 holes? Is that too much for them these days? Or do they just quit after 3 days and on Saturday and post the score and go home?
If they can get to Saturday.
If they can get because they got a cut. They got this thing called that's
and
good.
Just show up on Saturday and play a final round.
Then they got to pay their own caddies. Yeah. They got to pay their own caddies.
I don't know how much it costs them to get their caddies and clubs over.
Man, I use some of your live money. You think Liv's paying for that? Double bogey on number 1 for Tiger. Your leader is Cameron Young. He shot a 64 today. He's in the clubhouse, American, New York. Cameron Smith shot a 67. He's 3 strokes back, -5, as is Rory McIlroy, who's on 17 right now, also at -5. Xander Schauffele's still out there on 17. He's at -4. There's a bunch of guys. The scores are relatively low. I mean, there's 41 players who are under par, and out of 136 that have already teed off, and there's a lot more. How many guys are going to tee off, dude? This is a big field, a lot bigger than the live field. I'll tell you that right now. Xander's hitting off the road, by the way. Check this out. He's hitting off of the gravel road. He chipped off of the gravel road.
That's a decent shot.
Yeah, pretty good shot from not even a cut path. The cut path. It's a gravel road. All right, I got more. What are we doing, Jeff? What are we doing, Jeffy? Says Hondo. Last week I was listening to a hospital employee complaining about all their coworkers with the Rona. So I coyly asked, why aren't they wearing masks? /vax. The response, not even realizing the clever trap I set, was we are. Why are we still insisting on measures that obviously are having very little impact on stopping COVID? I'm not going to play scientist or doctor here. I mean, if you're talking about Canada, it's their country, it's their rules, man. They get to do what they want. You don't get to tell them what to do. You want to enter their country, you want to go there, you play by their rules. Kind of like Russia, right? Oh, don't do that.
I knew you were going to do that.
Don't do that. What did I do? What? What did I do?
I knew the playoff of Russia was coming.
Did you?
Yes.
All right. Phil spoke. As we're talking about the golf and the Open Championship, JJ Tiger talked this week, and so it was a big deal. Tiger talked about LIV. And Phil Mickelson, and I don't know if this was today or yesterday, whenever it was, but I mean, Phil's kind of fallen in the background, because he's not playing very good golf. And I mean, there's other stuff going on, but Phil shot an even par today at the Open. And he said that, he respects Tiger's opinions on LIV, but basically he said he couldn't be happier. Quote, this was after his round. I certainly respect his opinion. I have a lot of respect for him. I respect his opinion. I think everybody's going to have strong emotions and opinions about it. And I certainly respect his. But he says, I couldn't be happier. Okay. Look, for Phil, JJ, what's he, 51? How many more years is he going to make a bunch of money playing golf?
Of course, Phil Mickelson is in the best place ever with this opportunity.
Right?
For him financially.
What did he get, 125? What was his number, 150 to go over there and play? He talked about he didn't attend the celebrations earlier in the week, right? For all the champions. He didn't go to the champions dinner. Previous Open winners were invited, and he won in 2013, but he wasn't there. Quote, the R&A contacted me a couple weeks before and said, look, we don't think it's a great idea you go, but if you want to, you can. I just didn't want to make a big deal about it, so I said fine. We both kind of agreed that it would be best if I didn't, end quote. That's kind of like, hey, Marie, I mean, you want to come play golf with us? I don't really have a spot, and you're not going to like the people that we play with, and they don't really like you. But if you want to play, come play golf with us on Friday. You want to come? I mean, it would be best if you don't. But
that doesn't sound fun.
You want to come? I mean, how? The R&A called him and said, it'd be best if you didn't come. You're welcome to, but we really don't want to make a big deal. You think they talk like that on the phone?
I don't know.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
It's kind of crazy, right? That as big of a deal as this 150th celebration of the Open Championship is. They made it clear. Now, why would they invite him but make him uncomfortable? Why didn't they just go the Greg Norman route and say, don't come? What's the difference? They told Greg Norman, look, don't come. With Phil, according to Phil, they said, look, I mean, you can go if you want to, but it might not be good. It's not a great idea, but you can go if you want to. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So Phil says he couldn't be happier with his decision to join LIV. Quote, I've made the right decision for me. And I'm excited about, like I say, having the opportunity to play competitive golf and have it in my life in a more moderate scale to where I can do some things outside of that too. I freed up a lot of time as well. I couldn't be happier. I think it's been really good. I can't wait to get to New Jersey and play another event there. The player experience, the experience of those events from a player standpoint is a 10. You can't get it any better. Look, it's not my job to explain or help you understand or whatever. It's just I couldn't be happier. End quote. Said it like 3 times. JJ, for him, it's absolutely right. The reaction on the golf course today, it's St. Andrews. Phil received what is being described as a respectful reaction. Other golfers, Ian Poulter, also plays on LIV Series, was booed on the first tee by some spectators. Said he didn't hear one. I thought I had a great reception on the first tee, to be honest. Okay. When is this not a story anymore? Or do we like it to be a story so it's going to continue to be?
It will be.
When it settles?
For this year and next year.
Yeah.
Because there will be a good chunk of these guys that will not be automatically qualifying to come back to some of these tournaments.
Well, I think when the camps are settled, I still think guys are going to be moving over to LIV. I think when it's kind of relatively settled, which series, which tour you play on primarily, then it won't be a story anymore, or at least as much of a story, I think. And when it's settled in court, and if there is some sort of a resolution, of how do you play on both? How do you get into the majors if you play on Live? 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. I'll keep you up to date. Jean Rome is off the tee. He's on number 2. He's even, and his drive is in the dead grass right down the middle. Like if you're sitting on dead brown grass. Great drive. Nice drive. Attaboy. It's a good piece of brown grass. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Construction on I-40 between Hunter and Coors Boulevard.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason,
like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sports Animal.
2 over for Tiger after 2 holes. Ouch, says Hondo. This isn't the big cat start we were hoping for, especially with scores so low. Gopher says 50 feet away, Jeff. Is the cat already in a must get up and down situation? It's not good early. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. The Open Championship is underway. It's St. Andrews, the old course, 150th anniversary of the Grand Tournament. Cameron Young from the United States, 8 under, posted to 64 today. He's your leader. Cameron Smith, -5. Rory McIlroy is on the 18th. He also 5 under par. Ian Poulter shot a 69 today. He's in the house. Lee Westwood, 68. So they're all chasing the 64 of Cameron Young. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck, 505-246-0610 is how you get to us today. Emails coming in, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. David said, I believe this to be David, on the text line. Actually, let me hit this one first because on subject. Edward said, Tiger will likely withdraw on the back 9 today due to pain. Let's see. He's on the third tee, +2. Got the driver out, JJ. That time he's got his Volkswagen on a stick.
Boom.
And he seems to like that one better. He's posing. And that one is down the middle, past the bunker, on the short dead grass, and rolling amongst the rolling hills, down that little crevice, and up on top, sitting on top of the hill, down into the little crevice, and still going.
It is still
Beautiful
rolling. It's
Tiger.
still going.
All right, text line says on a non-Tiger Woods,
Still
yet
going.
equally opinionated, it is still going. Sports talk show subject. JJ, he wants to know, why is all the sports talk college football chatter expecting mega 20 to 24 team conferences when 16 is more viable and reasonable? Well, first of all, I'm not sure reasonable ever really came into the conversation when we're talking about college football conferences. Has it? What's reasonable, what makes sense to many, I'm not sure is the issue. I think, well, I'll tell you why. Because both the SEC and the Big Ten are right now at 16. They both want Notre Dame. And so if Notre Dame goes, I don't think they're going to go to 17. It feels like they're going to go to 20. Right? If you go to 20 or 24, you can essentially run an East and a West, or a North and a South, or an Atlantic and a non-Atlantic, or whatever. And essentially run 2 leagues under the same flag, two divisions under the same league. 16, I don't know that I think 16 is all that viable, to be honest with you. I think 16 is a really cumbersome number for a conference. Well, Jeff, you can run 2 8-team divisions. But they're getting away from divisions now, right? They're kind of going the other way. 18 feels super cumbersome, doesn't it to you? How do you schedule?
No, because they're going back to divisions. Mega conferences control everything. That is why this isn't done. Because they know that they can continue to build that divide, own everything, get ridiculous amounts of money. The college football playoff will expand at that point, and they don't care about anything else.
And so, David, to your point, if they can get 20 teams, 24 teams in their league, they expand the college football playoff to, just say 12. They figure they get 4. The Big Ten and the SEC each get 4. Big 12 can have a team. Whatever's left can have a team. Maybe the Group of 5 maybe can have a team. and they own it. And they make all the money, and they own it. But that's why. Because I don't disagree with you. The 2024 seems bloated. 16 feels cumbersome to me. But that's why. That's where it's going. Because when Notre Dame, if and when they decide they're gonna join a league, then that's where it all is. Rory McIlroy birdied 18 today, so he is now in sole possession of second place and done for the day. 6 under par 66 for Rory, so he is 2 strokes behind Cameron Young, the American. He just finished that and just did that. The college stuff, JJ, it's quieted for, I don't know, a couple of days, but the Big 12 media days are going on there. When we get back, I want to get into a little bit what was said there yesterday. You okay with that?
Mike Gundy,
and the commissioner, for that matter. And what was said, and if it gives you any indication on what they're doing. I don't know that it does, to be honest with you.
Mike Gundy wondering why a couple schools are still in that room.
I think that's really fair to wonder that. Mike Gundy's the head coach at Oklahoma State. So media days are underway, and we'll get into kind of the latest on that since you brought it up. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Amory, and Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
If summer is heating up your...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands
like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
And AM 610, the sports animal.
Stigler just told me he's not an agronomist. I don't even know what that is. Do you know what agronomist is? Is that like someone who grows grass? But he thinks the reason it's so brown is because you can't grow grass by the water, like the salt out of the water. I don't know.
Possibility.
Tiger's got about 15 feet for par on number 3. It's on the way. It's turning to the left, and it skids past the hole on the right. Better slow down. He's got about 4 feet coming back. He's going to have a tester for bogey. And Tiger.
What will you bet on Tiger to miss the cut?
Yeah, the bet this week was on Tiger to miss the cut. Who was betting on Tiger to win? Who? I mean, honestly.
Basic better with $20.
All right. And it rolls past it, and it's still not slowing down. Throw the parachute. Throw the parachute. Ho, ho. Mike said, what's the St. Andrews weather, Jeff? Or St. Andrews, as they say over there. Jeff, the big cat looks like an Eskimo. It's not a good sign. A cold is not good for an old, rebuilt body. It doesn't look warm. Most dudes are in sleeves. There's a caddy wearing shorts. Lobo Hobo says, ooh, Hammer Nail in the traffic. She does traffic too. Is she the OD's most versatile ever producer? Is Stephanie the most versatile producer we've ever had? Does she do the most stuff?
At the station?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She produces every show.
I mean,
right?
Yeah, she floats around here. Yep.
Doing traffic.
And Vitel.
Well, yep.
Bobcat. I feel like all the OG producers just do everything around here. They're
the OG producers.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like the people
No,
who've been here
I'm
for a
not
while.
sure what you mean. The old people? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's
They're
what
old?
I'm saying. Not old. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I mean, what does the O and OG
People that have been
stand
around
for?
here for a
What
while.
does OG mean? I mean, doesn't old guy? Isn't that what it mean? Old isn't one of
Old
the
gangsters.
words? Isn't that one of the words in OG? Isn't the O for
Sure,
old?
Sure.
I just asked.
Um,
I mean, I'm not looking to offend.
No, I'm not looking to offend. I'm just saying the four
Just cancel-
producers that have been here
so
for a
cancel
long
all
time.
the people with the O's in, is what you're saying.
Nah, yeah, sure.
Tiger made the putt for bogey, by the way.
Oh, good. Thank God.
No, she's really good. She's really good.
There's a handful of producers here, been a long time, and they do everything.
Yeah, they're really good. So are the new ones, by the way. The NGs.
The NGs.
Yeah, yeah. Can I vent, Jeff? Says Lobo Hobo. I don't know what else we're here for. He says, I just heard rumors a frequent Symbieta breakfast place, the one that just celebrated their 50th anniversary, is raising their prices again. If true, that means the number one that was $3.20 in January is going to be closer to $4.50. If you do the math, that's a lot more than 9.1% inflation that we're being. So what do you want me to tell you, man? Did you know that eggs are up 33%? And that's what's in the number one? And in the all your breakfast burritos? Inflation's 9.1%. Eggs are up 33%. You know that? I mean, at some point, it sucks, man. Everything costs more. But you can vent. I'm here. I mean, I'll listen to you vent. Sure. Absolutely.
We're listening.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. All right. Hey, not only is NHL free agency going, because I know that's what everybody's talking about. How do you feel about your chicken nuggets? Octavius Caldwell Pope, 2 years, was it $30 million? That a good move?
Well, yes, they traded for him like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but now
So
they upped him. But they upped him. Yeah.
Yes, they needed an impact defender on the perimeter.
Okay.
And KCP fills that role very nicely.
So he's a good player. He was going into the final year of his deal. He was, I think, making $14 million. I just saw the guaranteed money in his deal puts him over 120, which is good for him, man. Get paid. Get paid. Jamal Murray will be back next year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Porter back next year?
That is the plan.
You put him with Nikola Jokic. So, you know how going into this season, the Warriors were an afterthought because they were bad for 2 years, and then they were getting healthy. And I was on them all year, right? Will you give me that credit? From preseason, I said, look out for the Warriors. Is this the same sort of a scenario? Look out for the Nuggets. Well, everybody's going to talk about the Lakers and the Clippers and the Warriors and even probably Memphis. Is it fair to say look out for the Nuggets next year?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It has to be for Denver. You got a back-to-back MVP that's not sniffing the NBA Finals. And this isn't just a Russell Westbrook type of performance. Like, Nikola Jokic is a game changer, and he needs Jamal Murray out there. They took extra time with Murray. So early in the season, you can say, all right, he's getting his legs back, but there should be zero restrictions on Jamal Murray next season. That's why they sat him out. They didn't bring him back in the playoffs. He potentially could have been on the court. It's got to be zero restrictions on Jamal Murray. And Michael Porter Jr., now or never.
Right.
Like, they extended him.
Right.
He's a guy that hasn't done anything on the court, and he has to be an impact player because the pieces are there for the Denver Nuggets to be back in the Western Conference Finals. They should be better than the Phoenix Suns.
Dallas Mavericks.
The Memphis Grizzlies.
So tell me if this is a stretch. I mean, it just kind of hit me as you said this. It's a stretch because Nikola Jokic is in the playoffs every year. But it kind of feels like everybody in the NBA is in the playoffs. There's a piece of me that likens Nikola Jokic, and I wonder how many other stars, or maybe Damian Lillard because he plays in Portland, to Mike Trout, to Shohei Ohtani, to these stars who are not going to get showcased at the pinnacle of their game, meaning the deep in the playoffs, meaning the World Series, the NBA championships, the NBA finals, even the conference championships. I know Nikola Jokic was there in the Western Conference Finals in the bubble season. But it feels to me that there's a number of players who are that good, and Jokic is absolutely one of them. I think Dame Lillard is, but are playing on teams, playing in situations, greatness that may never achieve its greatness in the mainstream, because they play in a market that Salt Lake City, Portland, Denver, that people don't pay a lot of attention to outside of those markets or outside of their rival markets. And they're not having the success deep into the playoffs. Is that a stretch?
It's not a stretch. I think Dame Lillard, Nikola Jokic are on that edge. You look at least for Jokic, the conference finals, 2 second rounds, and then you can't look at last year's disappointment. They played the Golden State Warriors in the first round, and it was just Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
And they lost in 5 games. But now it's on the verge of that window ain't going to be open for much longer.
Yeah. Like Karl Anthony Towns. He's really good. I mean, I can't tell you I watched one Minnesota Timberwolves game, and I can't tell you I missed it. Right? I mean, I didn't. I don't care. And I think a lot of people feel that way. Some of these stars that play in Sacramento, I think you get lost. And it feels to me, if you play in the NFL, you don't get lost. If you're a superstar, you're a superstar. I don't care if you're playing for Jacksonville or New England. Right? Because every game's on national television. We watch. Everybody's in a window. We all watch. Baseball, if you play for the Baltimore Orioles, is still there? And you're a star, nobody may see you. If your star plays for Minnesota or Portland or Denver or Salt Lake City, I mean, do you kind of get lost? Update on the leaderboard when we get back. Boy, there's a lot of people at St. Andrews. They're all around number 5 right now watching Tiger Woods. +3. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Caster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bond.
Open Championship underway. Stigler said if your name is Cameron, it's a good day to play golf. It is, because Cameron Young is leading at -8. Cameron Smith, -5, squeezed in between them. Just completed his round from Northern Ireland. Rory McIlroy, -6. So Cameron Young in first, Rory McIlroy in second, 2 strokes back, and then Cameron Smith. Tiger Woods, y'all. What's the other thing Stigler said? Is he going to withdraw before the turn? He's 3 over after 3 holes. Tiger Woods, y'all. Opening drive, 505-246-0610. How much will you watch this weekend? Like, is this something you'll get up earlier to watch? Or no?
Or no way.
No.
Yeah. Or no? Or no? Or no? I don't know, Dad. Are we going to watch golf or no?
We'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Mid-morning.
All right. See, this will be one on Sunday, and this is actually one of those weekends now. Like, I can sleep in. Everybody's out of town. Addie's going to Europe on Sunday.
She's just a grown lady.
Dude, my kid's got a life now.
She's working, traveling.
I know.
She's busy, running.
So, I mean, I could sleep in, but I don't tend to sleep very well. And so I know I'll be up at certainly 5 in the morning, and I will roll over and turn on the Open on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. And Saturday I might be a little woozy, thinking about what's probably going to happen Friday night. So, I'm just saying, big celebration Friday night. But yeah, I'll watch this. All right. I'm going to go back to the text line. We were talking about, JJ, the college football conferences and everything conferences. And so the text line says, it's the same person, and I think it's David, who said, why are we talking about 2024 team conferences when 16 is more viable and reasonable? He says, I think and believe conferences know. Conferences don't increase their or the school's revenue. N/O value by adding schools, since that lessens each school's take. Today's college football seems about revenue, impact, and involvement at a time when the SEC and the Big Ten already dominate with 16 team totals. Here's the deal. It depends who you add, right? I mean, if you add USC and UCLA, you absolutely increase your value. Now, this is why it's being done now. JJ, and you know this. These aren't done mid television rights cycles. So let's just say the television rights, the media rights are 6 to 10 years. The Pac-12s are coming up here in 2 years. The Big Tens are coming up. Big Ten is doing this at a time where they're renegotiating their television deals with Fox, other networks. And by adding the LA market and adding those 2 teams and adding the number 2 market, they're going to get obviously a lot more. And they know that. Look, I'm hearing each team in the new, and I've already told you this, JJ, it's mind-boggling. The new Big Ten television deal, they're estimating each team's going to get $90 to $100 million annually. Each team is going to get $90 to $100 million annually. And I've told the story many, many times, but when I came back from 8 years ago, that meeting, when the Fox ESPN deal with the Pac-12 schools were getting about 35 annually, and we thought that was a lot of money. And it is. But I don't know, 35 to 90? What are you doing?
And that the mindset of the texter, he's looking at it through, say, a group of 5 mindset. Like, you're just splitting that pie. They're splitting a ginormous pie that's only going to get bigger when the college football playoff expands, when they go back to the negotiating table in a few years because of the brands. And if you're sitting there at the SEC and you're saying, all right, we're at 16 teams now, what could we do? I don't know, you bring in Clemson, Miami, Florida State, and someone else,
Mm-hmm.
that increases your revenue.
It does.
Like for
It
a,
increases-
for a,
but
for
they
a
will-
short time, does it divide it up? It does until you renegotiate your deal. But ESPN is in control of the SEC conference.
Because they control, they run the network. They run the SEC network.
And so there's an understanding that with Texas and Oklahoma coming in, even if you add more teams, they know that that is their marquee TV product. They're going to keep pumping money into that conference. So none of those schools are worried that their piece of the pie is going to ever be too small.
Here's the deal. I promise you, and I know where we're sitting without knowing everything, it looks like, well, what are they doing? They got to slice the pie up. And we've heard that, to your point, in the group of 5 level so many times for so many years. Well, we're going to have to slice the pie up more. It's more mouths to feed, right? That's what we hear a lot. I promise you that they're not expanding their leagues and taking less money. Right? Alabama, LSU, Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin, they're not taking less money. They realize that by bringing in the right institutions, and look, if one of the leagues go away, if one of these leagues goes away, that's one less rights fees that the television networks are paying, and hence there's more money to pay more to the others, right? Does that make sense? If I'm paying 5 leagues, and now I only have to pay 4, so I got the money that I was paying the others. So if I'm spreading that money around, and it's incrementally going to go up. Does that make sense? I think it does. But look, am I with you? Do I think 20, 24? I think 16 is bulky. I think that feels too big. And we'll watch it, and maybe in 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, I'll figure it out. But I always liked a league where you played everybody in football, or you played everybody at least in basketball. How are you going to schedule, and JJ's right, they're going to go back to divisions. But you have a 16-team league, you can't play everybody in basketball twice. If you play everybody once, it's 15 games. Then you play, everybody in your division twice? So that's another 8. That's still 23 games. I don't know who's playing a 23-game schedule right now in basketball.
These big conferences are going to care less about non-conference schedules. If we go mega conferences here in the next 2 to 3 years, they're going to go away completely. Maybe you get one.
What are going to go away completely?
Non-conference schedule.
You think so?
Yeah. Because if I'm sitting there, if I'm the SEC, and I'm a 20-team conference, we're probably going to have a 10-game conference schedule.
So we're talking football now. So you're saying just 2 non-conference games, and probably one of them will be a money game. You're going to buy somebody to come in and beat the hell
You
out.
might not even do that anymore.
Okay. So who are you going to play?
You're going to play your conference opponents, a marquee matchup against Penn State, Ohio State, something along those lines, because I believe that will coincide with an expanded college football playoff. So teams aren't going to be like, oh, we need to go schedule 2 games or we can beat someone up.
So which is going to really hurt the group of 5 schools even more, because there's not going to be the bye game where you go get $2 million.
Yep. And then
You think the
college
regular
basketball,
season expands to
the conference is gonna
13?
be so big that they're going to – why are they going to need much of a non-conference schedule other than their home games to beat people up, maybe an MTE, and they'll have a strong league?
Would you favor, do you think it happens to expand the regular season in college football from 12 to 13 games, so you can keep another it's more revenue, right? More product is more revenue. I don't know that people are caring too much, but now you're going to
Not if the college football playoff expands.
Because then you'd be saying 13 games plus a conference championship is 14 plus 4 rounds. What 12 is? You could potentially play 17, 18 games. That's a lot of games. That's a lot of games. It's interesting.
But it's changed too, because not just the revenue that they're bringing in, but NIL deals on the table. So more opportunities for the student athletes. And I think at that point in time, everyone's all in.
I was looking at some future schedules. 2014, I'm sorry, 2024. 2 years from basically now. There's a kickoff Labor Day game in Vegas. It'll be Sunday night in Vegas. They look like geniuses now. USC LSU. It'll be USC's first game as a member of the Big Ten. It'll be the third year for each. Lincoln Riley, assuming that goes, and Brian Kelly. Huh? I mean, that should be like 2 of the top 5 teams in the country at that point, shouldn't it be? Think they got that one right?
They hit one there.
Putting that one together years and years in advance. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Emails jeff@sportsanimalabq.com, jj@sportsanimalabq.com. On the Twitter, it's _JJ Buck. Father Time, Mother Nature, the only 2 who have ever gone undefeated. Fact. So what does that mean for you guys? Well, what it means is as you get older, there's some natural things that you may experience. Things like being tired too often, hair loss, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction. But NuMale can help you fight back with their industry-leading testosterone replacement, and they've been helping guys around the country for years. Did you know that NuMale also specializes in hair restoration for men and women? So if you are struggling with hair loss and want to take care of it, call NuMale at 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or visit NuMale, NuMale.com. Look, NuMale's got options on this. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy. It uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle to stop hair loss, and you can regrow hair. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser. It's proven to regrow hair. And a NeoGraft hair transplant, which produces natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. Treatments work for both men and women who want a thicker, natural head of hair without side effects. NuMale's in Albuquerque. The number is 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or online at NuMale.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures.
Disaster, 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 says Dan. Jeffrey, Juan Jose, y Ana Maria. The start is hard to watch. I won't be getting up early to view the Open if this continues. He won't even be playing the weekend. It's from Dan. There'll be a lot of he's playing, but it might not be Tiger after a +3 start. It's all about that dude. I'm not watching if that dude's not playing. That's cool. A lot of people feel that way. I get that. Some good golf going on out there. Rory shot -6. Cameron Young -8. John Rahm's got an eagle putt. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, Ana Maria, and Adrian. 505-246-0610 is how you can come in and tell us what you think. Jay, good morning to you. How you living?
I'm living chubby, fellas. How are you all?
Well, I'm trying to lose some of the chubby, but, it doesn't want to lose me.
Well, bought and paid for. That's the way I look at it.
Right.
Bought and paid for.
Yeah. What's up?
So, JJ, I love JJ's takes but the funny thing is sometimes they kind of fly under the radar here. And when JJ said that a lot of these power conference teams are just going to play each other and not play your Group of Five or your FCS programs, that should be concerning to people in this market.
No doubt.
For this simple reason that, for instance, when New Mexico plays LSU, how much are they getting for that game?
I think it's $1.5 million this year. I think I could find that, but it's in that area.
It's $1.5 million, right? And that money actually goes to finance a lot of the other athletic programs under the umbrella of UNM Athletics, as well as football.
That's right.
So what happens is a lot of these programs, and if you look at FCS programs especially, they use those games to finance their women's soccer team, baseball team, track team, even to an extent the basketball team. And when you cut out that funding source, what's the next thing what's gonna happen? You start cutting programs, you start cutting back in your
it's an issue.
Marquee sports. And here in New Mexico, it becomes an issue of, well, maybe the basketball program doesn't need that extra money for insert this. So it's all a trickle-down effect. And it may not seem a big deal.
It is.
But it is a big deal.
It is.
It's a very big deal.
Yeah, look, we've heard around here, JJ, how they're going to pay off their debt service. There's this, that, and part of the conversation for years has been, well, we're getting $1.5 million in 6 years from LSU, but they gave us $400,000 up front, right? And we're using that for this, and that money's going to pay for, right? I mean, we've had that conversation.
Yeah, no, which is just still wild to me. Like, hey, we scheduled a game with you 6 years from now, but here's $500,000.
Yeah, here's $500,000 now, and so, well, we need that because we got to pay off the debt for whatever. Yeah.
Right. And that's where it's concerning. That's where
I agree with
this issue actually should be a big deal at programs like New Mexico State, UTEP.
And here's the bummer, Jay. There's not a damn thing they can do about it. I think it is concerning. I think every one of those programs is hoping to hold on. They all got contracts X number of years out, and they can get bought out of those. But I think every one of them's concerned about it. And the bummer of it is there's nothing they can do about it.
Right, exactly. Nothing they can do about it. And the trickle down will be, what's going to happen is eventually those NCAA tournament bids, the days of 3 and 4 bids in the Mountain West will go bye-bye, and you'll have 16 bids in the Big Ten and 18 bids in the SEC.
Look, I said this, I don't know how many years ago, but are we going to look back, and I think this was probably about a decade ago when the first big shift. Are we going to look back at this as the time where we completely screwed up college athletics? That we just love college athletics. And I guess if you're sitting as a Michigan, Ohio State, and Alabama, USC, and Notre Dame, and Oklahoma, Texas, maybe you love this. Maybe you do. I think as a common fan, JJ, I don't know. The common fan gives a damn if they're getting $35 million or $90 million. I mean, they it's nice to bang your chest, but you don't feel it every day. But if you're an Oklahoma fan and Bedlam goes away, you tell me how we bettered college athletics. If you're Texas and Texas A&M didn't play, OU not playing Nebraska, SC not playing Stanford, how is that making it better? And I wonder if we're going to sit here in X number of years and just go back. Gosh, remember when college athletics was kind of really fun, and there were way more teams, and your alma mater every 20 years had a chance to do something fun, and now you don't?
Oh yeah, it's going to be you just feel like college athletics is
it's on a
become really corporate and very sterile.
Yep.
And the passion that once drove college athletics is dying very quickly with all this realignment and just changes to the game.
Totally agree. Jake, appreciate you calling. Always good to hear you. Thanks, man. I don't mean to be so cynical when I say that, because I think the people at the top are going, no, this is great. And I think that's awesome for you, 40, 60, however many you're going to make it.
It's a realization that this has grown past the hoorah, amateur student athletes. Yeah. We all can compete into big business.
Yeah.
And part of that, I don't see how Division I football continues at this path. Even if the SEC and Big Ten don't add more teams, even if there's 16-team super conferences. Like, so you're saying the only way you can survive if you go lose a game by 50 points, but you get paid $1.5 million? That model's broken.
Of course.
I love college athletics. It's given me so many professional opportunities. The people, this market. But it's going to come to a point where y'all can't be playing Division I football under the same umbrella and act like it's going to work.
Yeah, and does that make it better? And I guess you have to define what's better. I mean, the people who like to see the same teams every year, the ones who say, I don't want to see the upstart. I want to see Alabama and Auburn and Oklahoma and Texas.
Well, the upstart never...
In football, in football, you're right. You're right. In football...
That's why I think they have to address the...
Would you say Cincinnati was an upstart this year? I mean, yes, right? You kind of got it with Cincinnati this year, and they got beat in the semifinal round, which, by the way, is nothing to hang your head about, because Notre Dame gets their heads beat in that round on a regular basis. So does Washington and Oregon and Oklahoma, for that matter. But you kind of got Cincinnati as an upstart this year. So once every 20 years, you get a run at it. But
and I think the college football model can survive because it has been forever. You don't need Cinderella stories in college football. It's not what it's about. That's why we have bowl games. That's why we have the bowl system.
Okay.
What I am really worried about is the mega conferences and people have talked about it.
Yeah.
Head basketball coaches that floated out there are going to destroy March Madness.
Hence, I think in a large part destroy college athletics. What do you love about college football? You love if you didn't go to a power football school, you loved playing those schools, didn't you? Don't you love when if New Mexico had a shot to beat Missouri, and I know that's not a power school, but look, they're going to LSU this year. You got a shot, right? Don't look at me like that. When I went to San Diego State and Dan McGuire came in, and this was after I was gone, but when Marshall Faulk was there and Dan McGuire was there, and they played Miami, and they damn near beat them, and it's still they're living off of that. But I mean, when they beat UCLA, how about remember when I went a couple of years ago, Rockies last year, when San Diego State beat UCLA at the Rose Bowl? That was kind of a big deal, right? That was a huge deal for San Diego State. Hadn't beat them ever in the history since like going back to the 20s, the 1920s, not the current 20s. It was a big deal. Do you get that anymore? Can you live for that? Like San Diego State's football program has been built. Look, they're like, look how we played against the Pac-12. Look what we can do with the big dogs. We want a shot. Is that going away? Gonzaga has built their basketball program on give me a shot.
Never had a shot. Like you're saying, all right, it's cool if you beat them in a non-conference, but you were never going to play them for a championship.
Well, they had a chance to do what Cincinnati did too. But you're right. It never means once every 20, 25 years. And for one
and then
school,
once they expand, they're not going to give you more opportunities.
So, right. I think if they expand, and you keep saying 12, so I'll play with that number. Do you believe there will be a group of however many slot in that 12? Do you think the group of, so whatever's left?
I'm sure they hang on to it if they drag along everyone else under the Division I.
Okay, so under that model, if the group of 5, Mountain West, Conference USA, Sun Belt, whatever's left, is still there,
but
then JJ, don't you think they still play one of, and this is where I'm going back to Jay's point, one of those money games a year? You don't think there's room for that? If they're still going to drag them, in your words, drag them along or include them, is what others would say, in the playoffs.
But my thing is you're saying you're how many group of 5 schools are there now? It's almost.
Well, if there's 68, so
you're saying
about 70
of you.
Yeah, about 70-ish. Let's just say play with it. That's 60.
One of 68.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's right.
And
You're right.
That's a hope you get to hang on.
No, that's right. That's your hope. I get it. I look. I'm not arguing with you that this is two different worlds in which we're living. I think it's going to come down to whoever's not in a power league, and that might be you. That might be you. That might be you. That might be New Mexico. It might be New Mexico State. It might be San Diego State. It might be Colorado. So whoever doesn't get into one of these, find a chair as the music's coming down here. What do you want to be? Do you want to compete for your own championship? Or do you want to take your shot at Oklahoma every year? Do you want to your point, hope you get that lottery ticket for being the one out of 68, out of whatever the number is going to be, teams that get seeded 12 that get to play Alabama, or well, no, they get a bye, so get to play the 5 seed in the first round of the playoff. And the answer is, in a lot of cases, going to be hell yes, I do.
Because it's going to be what is the best financial option.
Yes.
And it's still going to be.
And they're still going to get that money, right? There's still going to be money that trickles down on that. Yes. Yes. And I go back to this whole premise, and I know it doesn't matter to people making the decisions, but I do think it matters to the people who are fans. What is best for college athletics? And you have to go back and define the question, right? What is a woman? What is best for college athletics? Well, who are we? Through the eyes of whom? Of the fan, of the student athlete, of the institution? Because the answer is going to be different depending on the perspective that you have, right? If you ask what is best for college athletics, don't you agree there's a different answer for the fan as opposed to the institution, as opposed to the student athlete? You guys think I'm high?
Nope.
And I asked this question about everything when it comes to college athletics. When you guys talk to me about bowl games, when we talk about television, who are we doing it for? And I don't know what the answer is, right? Are we doing it for the student athletes? Are we doing it for the fans? Are we doing it for the television networks? Are we doing it for the institution? Like when you say, what should we do? What's in the best interest of the game? I think you have to say, well, for whom are we asking that question? Or more so answering that question? Because I think it's drastically different depending on your perspective. And I don't know what the answer is or supposed to be, JJ.
It's one that it's a little bit of everything, but it ultimately comes down to funding yourself at the highest level.
Yeah.
Because then that goes to your athletic department.
But see, I would argue we spent ourselves to such a point. You can fund yourself at whatever the mean is going to be. Yeah. Do you have to make $100 million out of your television deal, or can you survive on 5? Well, the answer is yes and yes. I could survive on 5 if that's what everybody else is doing. If the market for coaches and everything else comes
there's
down.
coaches that are making more money per year than
the television
are getting in their TV deal.
Yeah, absolute.
So that's why you have to chase the highest dollar.
All right, 505-246-0610. And please, if you got thoughts on that, I'm going to ask you a question. Who should it be done for? I mean, when you're making decisions in regards to what's best for college athletics, the model for college athletics, who should be thought about first? The fans, the institution, the student athletes, the television partners? Who? It doesn't sure as hell isn't you. So the way I'm looking at it. Hey, so this time of year, your vehicle's filthy. I know. You tell me, well, it's not winter. No, I get it. But with the rain and the dust and the wind and the storms coming in, you get dirt and grime from all these storms. Your vehicle's filthy. Call On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Let them take care of that for you. Look, you don't have time. You're busy. And by the way, you can't clean your vehicle as well as they can. They will detail your vehicle. That means inside, outside, under the hood, around the rims, under the seats, everywhere. They detail your vehicle. Like, this is what the car lots do. And when they're done, it will look and feel and smell like the day you took it off the lot. And they come to you to do this. Did I say that? They come to you wherever and whenever it's convenient for you. On the Spot Automotive Detailing will be there. They offer a ceramic coating. It is the best way to protect your paint. 5-year warranty on that. And they offer a 10% discount to our military. On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Call them and book your appointment at 505-859-2859. Or you can go online at otsdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated, with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now.
Tiger. Woods, y'all. What is he, 3 over still? We got a problem going on with Tiger Woods, y'all. Started out double bogey number 1s. It's not a good way to start. How come I don't see him at +3? You see him somewhere? How did I lose Tiger?
Where'd Tiger go?
I lost Tiger. Your leader is, I don't care who my damn leader is. Where's Tiger? Cameron Young -8. He shot -8 today. Roy McIlroy.
Tiger's +4.
Shot -6 today. Tiger Woods, y'all, +4. That would put him currently tied for 132nd out of 151 on the golf course. I mean, we're all going to watch all day. By the way, that looks really cool. Wherever this is in Scotland, like, I kind of want to go there. I know it's hard. I know there's no trees. I know the pop bunkers are brutal. I kind of want to. Do you want to play there? Where would you rather play? If I could tell you, Pebble Beach or St. Andrews, where would you rather play right now?
St. Andrews.
Okay. Because I want to go over there too. All right, emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. And they're all about Tiger. Ken, is the 15-time Major Circus officially grinding, Jeff? Just shows how looking great during a walkthrough with Joey LaCava is the same as next week in Vegas, when you're going to hear how we love our staff and we think we're improved and our conference so tough and our guys are ready to go, and then the team goes 2-11. It kind of is like that, isn't it? Yes. Ken says Europe. Yeah, my daughter's going to Europe on Sunday. He says, Jeff, first of all, with all the airline issues, I'm not traveling anywhere right now. On top of that, isn't Addison afraid of the new COVID variant flaring up and closing airports, canceling flights again? You might say that would never happen, but I never thought it would happen in 2020 with thousands of Americans trapped overseas or at sea for weeks with no way to get home. At least if you're in the good old USA, you might eventually be able to rent a car and limp home. Look, man, she's going with her mom, and I'm kind of stoked for her. They're going to Paris and Madrid and Barcelona. She's living, dude. She's living. Big Cat Ren says, can he play the game of his life from here on out, Jeff, and get back to even, at least have a prayer making the cut tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know what you're seeing that makes you think that right now, but maybe. Lars says, under the radar. That sounds like a new fantasy team, Hefe. Your team could be under the radar. Another one could be no dump all summer. Oof. My fantasy team might be, I can't disagree with J.J. Moore.
Good line.
No, wasn't it the
quality starter?
Zach, I don't know, Cougars.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Zach Wilson's Cougars.
Yeah, something like
Cougar
that.
Chasers.
The only time that they'll
Holy
score.
guacamole.
The only time the Jets will score over 40 this year. Hello, Terry.
Good morning, everyone. I'm just doing my fill-in, Jerry Palm, until he takes back over here in a few weeks. So yesterday, talking putt-putt, holy moly, brings back putt-putt. I was 1978 match play champion, but my trophy doesn't light up like Anne Marie's, but it is much. But it is much bigger than WNBA,
mine's bigger than yours.
Whatever that little symbol was that they gave out there.
Thimble.
Bringing back All Jayhawk Radio. For holy moly, Rob Riegel, he was hanging out in Lawrence, and my son and one of his buddies was there. I think it was a salty iguana. And Riegel, you make appearances, and that's where you interact, but he was wanting to have dinner, so he asked my son and his buddy, said, I'll pick up your tab if you just kind of keep people away and let us have a quiet dinner. So, my son did that.
Did it.
Being somewhat 6'6", 290, and his buddy's probably 6'4", 250.
Your kid's 6'6", 290?
Yes, yeah, he played at 300 when he was up at KU.
How big are you?
Yeah, Terry, how tall are you?
Well, before some of the accidents, I was 6'3", and now I'm probably at 6'1", after the hideous wreck and different things like that. But, yeah, he ate well. We only survived when there was $5 footlongs, and Grandy's used to have $2.99.
Grandy's, I love that. I used to eat that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So from then, but you now go to college sports, and you got Colin Cowherd who says attendance is down and viewership is down. But then he did say for USC and UCLA, it's good for them and it's good for the Fox network. Never did mention fans or anything, but that's roughly $1.5 billion per year to cover the Big Ten.
Yeah, per conference per year. Yes, just in the media rights. Yes.
So you mentioned it last week, I think, Jeff, that is everything going to go to pay-per-view?
Well,
because that is like there's only so many regular games, or will they put?
Well, but you could argue already, Terry, that we are pay-per-view, right? Because everything's on ESPN, Fox. You're paying for all of your. So is that already pay-per-view, or is it going to Plus where you got to pay an extra pay-per-view? Is it going to be pay-per-event? Like where is the public consumption threshold going to be? We're already paying whatever your DirecTV, Hulu, whatever your provider is, you're paying to get these games. Now there's a premium on some of them to go to ESPN Plus. So it's an extra $8.99 a month. All right, I'll pay that. Are you going to pay per game to watch Alabama play Auburn? Are you going to pay extra $10.99, $12.99, $20.99 to watch USC play Michigan in the regular season? And I think they're going to push it until the public says, I'm done.
Right. You go way back to the semi-dark ages when there was just ESPN, and all of a sudden they were pushing a network called ESPN2. And to get that on, they said they were going to put Duke, North Carolina on ESPN2 so the carriers would pick it up. So I think now it's even that on steroids, and you're correct. It'll be all of a sudden, you could watch Alabama, Georgia regular season, but it'll cost you $10. And does that really help for everybody? Because one reporter said, tuition's not going down, ticket prices aren't going down. So that standpoint.
Yep.
So I don't know if I'll be able to talk to you before you guys have a trip out there to Vegas.
All right.
If not, you two be safe, enjoy. Hey, Marie, always great talking to you.
Thanks,
so you guys
Terry.
take care.
See ya. Do you think I'm out of my mind that this could conceivably go? Look, we're already paying per view. ESPN's got a cost to it. I mean, how many games are over on the air? Like you can get an antenna. Very few. There's ABC, NBC, like Notre Dame games. CBS has a game every week, but almost everything is on some sort of a subscription channel, right?
Yeah.
And now ESPN Plus has more, so it's another $8.99 a month. I mean, you think I'm wrong that some premier games are going to go to, hey, you want to watch the national championship game? You want to watch the national assembly? You want to watch the Sugar Bowl? $8.99, $20.99. What's the number?
It could happen.
I mean, and again, I'll ask this. And this is better for whom? You, the regular fan? I think not. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Boomer Esiason with CBS Sports Minute.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit CarCrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. The Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentor.
Tiger with his tee shot on number 6. Long and down the middle. Nestles nicely in the dead grass. And he's hit a fairway. 4 over par for Tiger Woods. He has played 5 holes. What? Yeah, Tiger 4 over after 5 holes of the Open Championship. Sitting in 138th place right now. It's early, right? I guess that's what you could tell me. Cameron Young's your leader. Rory McIlroy's in second place. Young at -8, done for the day. Rory -6, done for the day. Cameron Smith, the Australian, -5. Scotty Scheffler's out there, played 10, and he's at -4, so he's playing really well. The world's number 1. Is he the least respected, least feared world number 1 we've had in a long time? Like when Dustin Johnson reached number 1, oh, he's unbelievable. He hits the ball a mile. Rory's going to win forever. Spieth, oh, look what he's doing. I mean,
he's been overshadowed in the golf world.
Is it just because of the live thing? Is it because there's other young golfers that are really, I mean, the run Scotty Scheffler's on is really impressive. He's really good too.
Blame it on live golf.
That's fine. I'll blame it on live golf, however you want to do it. Carl says, no, I can't watch Tiger Woods like this, Jeff. I'm going to need a Grandy's all-you-can-eat after this round. I don't think that's still around, is it? It might. I have no idea if Grandy's is still around.
Was that a buffet?
No, I don't. It was it was over by Channel 7. Back when I was at Channel 7 back in the day, I remember
a restaurant.
Somebody turned me onto it. Yeah, and I used to get the chicken fried steak and green beans and like when I ate half my meals, more than half my meals at my desk then anyway. So I would just go bring it back and eat there. Bobo Hobo says Terry Palm, LOL. That is actually kind of funny. It is. All right, tomorrow we're going to talk a little Gladiators. And Ramon Atkins is going to be with us at 8 o'clock, their quarterback who played at New Mexico Highlands. So looking forward to that as they go into their final regular season game of the year before the playoffs. The text line says, Jeff, help me understand. I don't get what all the fuss is over the course being played at the Open. Is it true there are 2 holes on the same on some of the greens for 2 different holes? I'd rather play Pebble any day. Yeah, there's a couple of shared greens. It's the old course, it's the birthplace of golf, it's the history, it's everything that goes around it, and then it's the different style of golf, right? If you're watching it, I mean, the big, gigantic, undulating greens, the big, undulating fairways, it's just different. It's the history that's there, and that's it. And I guess the reason I would rather play there is because I play Pebble, and so I want to go do, I'd play Pebble again tomorrow instead of almost anywhere. But I'd love to go over there. I'd just go and experience all that goes around that. I used to feel the same way, JJ, as this texter. I just don't get it. I remember as a kid being fascinated watching this, and I've always watched. I grew up with my granddad just watching, any golf tournament and learning the game. But as a kid, I just didn't get it. Dad, I used to say, Grandpa, they're playing. I don't get it, man. They're playing on a course that looks worse than that crappy Muni that we played the other day in Culver City. It's they can't cut the grass. I don't get it. And he started to try to explain it to me. I get it now, but I totally can understand where that's coming. What's the deal with this course? I mean, what makes this place so special? It looks like some lot out in the middle of somewhere, but it's the birthplace of golf.
Yeah, it's not the most beautiful golf course.
Aesthetically pleasing, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, there's better courses, better things out there. It's just the history behind it.
Yeah. Yeah. I still, for the life of me, don't understand
the quirkiness of it.
Hey, Murray, did we ever find out? Did we Google that? Why the hell is the grass so brown when it rains all the time over there?
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. This is kind of a great stat. Since 2019, Jon Rahm has not missed a cut in a major. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But for the life of me, just don't get it. All right, I get some baseball. The Mariners and the Orioles are going to look to continue their 10-game win streaks. Both of them. Were you surprised the Blue Jays fired their manager yesterday, by the way?
No.
I wasn't either.
A lot of hype, young players, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, a lot of names.
And they're in 4th place, just ahead of the Orioles.
Oh, it's one you say, all right, do you feel that you should be better than the Yankees right now? No, but I think the way Toronto has set up the last 2 years, they expected to be much closer. And what happens when you're not playing good in baseball?
You gas the manager.
Yes.
Yeah. You think somebody else is in trouble as we hit the All-Star break? I mean, the Angels how many times can the Angels fire the manager in one season? Can you fire him twice? Is it Phil Nevin now?
Phil Nevin.
It's the interim? Are they the most disappointing team in baseball? They got to be, right?
They have the 2 best players in baseball.
And I mean, there's some good stories, but there is no way the Angels should be 19 games out of first place. There's no way the Angels should be an afterthought in the wild card, sitting 8 games out of the wild card. And by the way, there's 3 teams that make the wild card. They're major market. JJ, here's the deal. Help me understand it, because major market, desirable market. Who doesn't want to go live in Orange County? Well, there's a lot of taxes. Nobody wants to live in California, Jeff. Actually, people do. When you're making that much money, they spend money. The division's not great. Yeah, Astros are good.
It really highlights that stars don't matter in baseball. Like, I'm not worried about having a superstar in my market. Just want the best team possible.
I know Dodgers got a lot
Like
of stars. Yankees got stars, right? The two best teams in the league, right? Dodgers and Yankees have stars. The Braves have stars.
Who?
Acuna's a star. Freddie Freeman was a star. They let him go, but when they won their championship, he was a star, right?
And Acuna hasn't barely played due to injury.
but they went out and
stars do not matter in baseball.
Okay.
It's because you can say someone's a star on a good team,
and
but
yet there's Tampa Bay.
I look at like the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah.
Like Paul Goldschmidt's not a star, and he's the best first baseman in baseball right now.
Well, your third baseman's a star.
No one still knows who
Arenado's
Arenado
a star. He's a star.
Playing Colorado forever.
He's a
like,
freaking
oh, he plays
star.
baseball because he plays for the Cardinals. now.
He's as good as there is. He's the best third baseman in the game. I mean, I don't know if you're
Doesn't
the best.
matter though. Like the Rockies said, the best third baseman in the game. It doesn't matter. You have the most amazing player we've seen in 100 years, and it doesn't matter.
Okay, so what does matter?
The best team. It's like, well, really? Yeah, like it doesn't. You have Shohei Ohtani, and they've lost how many games? They only win when he pitches.
But don't you think the Dodgers, the Mets, the Yankees have stars? The Astros?
They have stars, but it's because they built organizations.
Well, the
They weren't
Astros
built
have been
around a
terrific. The
star.
Dodgers have been terrific. I wouldn't say the Mets have been terrific. All right.
Climate's the reason why the grass is brownish.
Why? It rains too much? I mean, what? What does
Just
that mean?
recently, they've gone through heat waves.
The Mets are.
It's been brown for decades.
I know.
The Angels should be.
They prepared this
able
for
to do what
the
the
last
Mets
3
have
years, all right?
Yeah, I agree with you. The Angels should be able to do what the Mets have done.
That's what.
Thank you for that answer.
You're welcome.
But it's been brown for decades, for crying out loud. Jim Rome Show is
Brownish.
next. The Herbie Colin Cowards
brownish.
after that. 2 Men on Come Your Way at 4. Isotopes in Sacramento after that. We're back with award-winning radio tomorrow morning starting at 7 a.m. Adrian A. Marie, terrific work. Thank you for the research on that. Big day today. Gonna watch Tiger?
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other. Please be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will smell you tomorrow.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
It's like it never happened.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.